All right. Hello, everybody. As you can see here, we're here with the witness. It's currently leading our vote for the 9th game in our multi-world series. So I figure, I should probably do a vanilla run of this. So let's do it. I have not played this at all. I've seen a little bit of it, so I have an idea of what we're getting into, but let's just get through it. As usual, I'm doing a blind run of this, so please, no hints, no backseating. I'm probably going to get stuck quite often, but hopefully I can knock this out and we can see where this takes us. All right, WASD to move. Can do. Oh. Auto run. All right, so it's going to be kind of slow. That zooms in. Right, so we don't hold the drag, we just click once. Oh, let's see here. Controls, mouse speed. Yeah, let's lower that quite a bit. Mouse control, FPS mouse look. Run, okay, sure. Let's see how this feels. Settings, subtitles, yes please. Editing, no full screen, okay. That feels a little bit better. I'm an old first-person shooter player. I like having a really low sensitivity. It gives you more precise control of your aiming. All right, so let's start in the big spot, and I gotta click to finish. Okay. Take a look around. Feels like a puzzle. Wires. I just gotta follow the wires. Did it. Let's see what else we got here. Got a bunch of stuff powering this gate. Okay. Alright, well, let's just follow some more wires. Me. Needs a tail, though. Definitely missing a tail. It's some ears. There's mods that you can have custom shadows. That's where I came from, right? Yes. Alright, well, let's just follow the wire. Alright, so we start in the corners. This side won't work because it is completely blocked off. So maybe we only need one to get there. Yep, okay. And then we have 2 start points, we have 1 finish point, so. Let's see here, we got, looks like 2 panels left to light up. Let's go over here. Oop, nope, that goes over a wall. Come on, just climb up wall. Oop, nope. Space also starts the puzzle thingamajig. Okay. It's a random couch. Aha, I'm on the couch. There's a sit down button. This one has one start point but two end points. So let's see here. Oh, we can only get to one end point. No, we can get to both. This way. Go down to this one then. Oh, well, no, that unpowered the other one. Alright. Let's take a look here. Maybe we need to power specific ones. This one is powered. That other one is going somewhere else entirely, so we might need to come back and power that one later. Figure out where that goes. So it comes around and, oh, it goes, no, it comes from up top. Ooh, it goes to this one. This one, this particular one goes over and powers this little guy, and then that goes over up top and powers this. Okay, okay. We still don't know where that one in there is headed, but I think we see the setup here. Alright, so this one starts in the center. So that goes, powers up this one. Does that open up our exit? It should. Well. Aha. Okay. Now, since we did that, can we go ahead and just swap this one over? Since we don't need this anymore. We'll be ready for it later. So that, close that up. Did this one. But yeah, okay. So once it's unpowered, it closed back up, which is honestly kind of weird. You think it'd be like a magnetic system that once it loses its magnetism, it just stays open, but it closed itself. That shouldn't happen when you're unpowered. It shouldn't do something when it's unpowered. That makes no sense. But whatever. It's a weird shaped cloud. There's that weird curve there. All right. Let's see. I always gotta travel off the beaten path first. It's back here. Now up top. Right in that little route. All the way up top. Is that something of note? That jump I can't make. Can't do any parkour. Where's my hardcore parkour? Let's just jump right on that little beam, walk right over. Just grab it. Oop, maybe I can. I can.
I am standing on the threshold about to enter a room. It is a complicated business. In the first place, I must shove against an atmosphere pressing with a force of 14 pounds on every square inch of my body. I must make sure of landing on a plank, traveling at 20 miles a second around the sun. A fraction of a second too early or too late, the plank would be miles away. I must do this whilst hanging from a round planet head outward into space and with a wind of ether blowing at no one knows how many miles a second through every interstice of my body. The plank has no solidity of substance. To step on it is like stepping on a swarm of flies. Shall I not slip through? No. If I make the venture, one of the flies hits me and gives me a boost up again. I fall again and am knocked upwards by another fly, and so on. I may hope that the net result will be that I remain about steady, but if, unfortunately, I should slip through the floor or be boosted too violently up to the ceiling, the occurrence would be not a violation of the laws of nature, but a rare coincidence. These are some of the minor difficulties. I ought really to look at the problem four-dimensionally as concerning the intersection of my world line with that of the plank. Then again, it is necessary to determine in which direction the entropy of the world is increasing in order to make sure that my passage over the threshold is an entrance, not an exit. Verily, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a scientific man to pass through a door. And whether the door be barn door or church door, it might be wiser that he should consent to be an ordinary man and walk in, rather than wait till all the difficulties involved in a really scientific ingress are resolved. Arthur Eddington, 1927.
Okay. Interesting. Got more?
Through many births, I have wandered on and on, searching for, but never finding, the builder of this house.
Big searching. Note. Not seeing anything from here. Alright. Guess we'll head back down. Go through the proper path. We still have this that goes up and over there somewhere that we can't quite see. Maybe we can see it from over here. Over here, maybe? Ah, opens this gate. Things like it loses power, it shuts off or closes. Makes no sense. Push. Does this lead to? Door? Something we need to highlight. Everything feels like it is. I know how puzzles work.
Of all the communities available to us, there's not one I would want to devote myself to, except for the Society of True Searchers, which has very few living members at any time. Albert Einstein, 1924.
Guess we can't intersect that. Can't be the way it's pointing. Can't completely surround it because that's literally not possible. This is set up. Maybe that changes somehow. Let's see, we need to get up there. Let's see. This lead to? No, this is back to where we were. Okay. There's a weird circle. There's access to this, which I don't exactly know what to do with yet. We'll come back to that. So we're this way. That's where we got to that. See anything over here in this ledge? Doesn't look like it. So it splits off into multiple paths. this? Okay. So multiple starting positions. No, can only have one active at a time. Let's see here. Do we need to? Giannicky says I'm a cute one. What? No. But thank you. All right. Let's see. My guess is maybe we need to separate black and white. Makes things difficult because this one here in the corner. This one need to somehow split off. I think that is quite possible. Can't start here just because the fact we need to hit both of those. Means we can't finish here either. So actually that might work. We need to finish in either one of these corners. Start here. This section makes it difficult to split those up. If that's what we need to do. Back to that one. Let's explore around a little bit more. Maybe we can figure out exactly what those symbols mean with something a little bit simpler. Let's see here. This. Okay. All right. Well, we already figured this out. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Go. Here. Same thing. That's not going to work. That's not work. That's not going to work. There we go. Let's see. We need to finish here. 2 starting points. Exit points there. Looks like we need 2. It's not going to work. We're going to have to come up into here to hit this point. So this can't work because this blocks off the top one. And now this blocks off that bottom one. This blocks off the ones to the side, so this particular spot can't be the starting point. It has to be this one. We can actually go up this way. There we go. Let's see here. Go. What did that do? Did that just teaching us how that works? Or did that actually open up something? Well, there's more over there. Doesn't look like that spells anything of note. That is that one. I already forgot this one. Yep, here we go. Let's see. Leave that be for now. Feels like it might try to spell something because it's just the way that S works, but I guess we can maybe go a different pattern and get something different out of that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll keep exploring. Anything out over here? Don't quite see anything there. Okay, so yeah, I think this is exploring. Wow, I can barely see that blue. This is exploring the separation of the two colors, I think. So we would need to go over to split them across. So I was writing that other one. I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. Black or gray? Guess that's black. It just has a weird shine to it. And now we've confirmed this is what we need to do. And go back and look at that one again. Let's see here. Split these up. Guess. Yeah, okay, so they can be separate. They just can't intermingle at all. Go this way. Nope, can't do that. Go this way. Completely section off that. Go around. Section off that. Okay. Not gonna work. Okay. Back here. Doesn't look like it. Did that actually do something, or is that just teaching us a mechanic? That I am not sure. Anything back here? See anything? Let's see here. Kind of want to go back to that door. What's this? Sort of weird construction machinery. Guess this place is under construction. And why are we here? What is our purpose? Where's that other door? Where'd it go? Let's go see if we can go figure that out. It's over here, I think. Nope, we're somewhere entirely different. Let's come back to this. I want to go find that door. I think it goes down this path. Yeah, we just got to this in a weird direction. It's right here. All right. So, multiple starting spots, multiple ending spots. We can't start here. We can't end there. So, if we do this, that's not going to separate those two. So it means we can't start here. So we can do process elimination. Can't start here. Can't start here. Can't start here. Because there's no way to separate these four. So it means we have to start here. So in that case, let's see how we can split these all up. Do that. Split these. We need to do this. Down, grab these, grab that, split those. Go through here, split these, but that now it doesn't split the top right. So if we go up through here, do this. Okay, that feels like a good start. Down. Oh, no way to split those two now, though. So we come this way. All right, yeah, that works. That feels right. We hit all the travel points. We split the colors. Yeah, I think that's right. Nice. What's in here? It's a box. It's a box. Box. Nope. Haha. I have opened a box. Okay. Is this a hint for a different puzzle? Alright, it might be. I have not seen anything like that yet. I can't interact with this at all. Just going to take a quick screenshot of this so I don't have to come back to it later. See here. Anything else of note in here? It's a weird windowsill. Kind of looks like a tree. The way the cloud and the branches line up. Doesn't seem like there's anything I could do with that. Anything of note from this direction. Alright, well, that was less satisfying. Alright, well, I took a screenshot of that, so we're good for that later, hopefully. Maybe. Let's see here. Still don't know what that red triangle means in that other puzzle. So maybe we'll find that later. So, okay. We did all those. We did these. Let's see, I can either go that way or that way. I started kind of looking at this area, so let's keep going. No, it wasn't this way. It was this way. It was like the boat area. Yeah, here we go. I already kind of looked in here a little bit. So let's keep looking in here. Thing of note. Really seeing anything, so let's go in a little further. Back here in this little alcove. No, nothing. Maybe. There's not a little path that goes down this way. Let's go. That's a doggy. Dude, can I not do anything with the doggy? I pet the doggy either way. Guess that might be another puzzle thing later. We need to note where the dog is, I'm guessing. I don't know how to really signify this, but guess I'll just try to remember it's near the docks. Maybe that's important. Still pet the doggy. It's very important. Okay. Back that way. Here. recording.
Your question is the most difficult in the world. It is not a question I can answer simply with yes or no. I am not an atheist. I do not know if I can define myself as a pantheist. The problem involved is too vast for our limited minds. May I not reply with a parable? The human mind, no matter how highly trained, cannot grasp the universe. We are in the position of a little child entering a huge library filled with books in many languages. The child knows someone must have written those books, but does not know how. Does not understand the languages in which they are written. The child dimly suspects a mysterious order in the arrangement of the books, but doesn't know what that is. That, it seems to me, is the attitude of the most intelligent human toward God. Albert Einstein, 1930.
Okay. It's like a thing, the way the reflection is lined up. Sign. A very sharp reflection. Ooh, almighty Pluto. How's it going? Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a thing. Probably need to view it from way out there or something, because that's definitely going across through there. So there's probably something of note, like down here or something that connects the two. I'll have to take notes of that for later. This definitely feels like something too. Let's see. Okay, so this is a reflection-based puzzle. I said no. Did not want. Okay, not entirely sure what it wants there. Just want something lined up with it. This tree seemed conspicuously placed. These separated. Let's see here. Is that actually it? No. Feels like a thing. But I don't know if they want them separated or grouped together. Can't separate each one of them entirely. Almost can, actually. These two are still clumped together. So can I go down? Should be able to go this way. Now that clumps those center ones together. Clumps of those. Let's see here. I feel like we need to start with this. Going to work. Hey, New, how's it going? That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Okay, so don't go on straight down the middle is probably not going to work because those two are going to be clumped up, or any of these are going to be clumped up, I think. Go around this way. Isolate that one. But we need this in order to isolate those two. We need to somehow go through the center. We need this one here. Otherwise, there's no way to isolate those. Go. Same here. I need this one. So I need to go this way, I think. Almost. This clumps those two together. Doing that way does not. So if we do any form of outside here, that's going to put two of them together. So we need to isolate it like that. But now that will leave this open. So maybe I need to not isolate them because it doesn't seem like that's actually possible. I did something like that, but then that leaves these two together. I can't quite actually go that far over. So unless I make sure I'm on the top half for each one of them. Connecting those two. See any other setup that would be possible. In order to separate them, I need to go across the top. This clumps all of them together, and that would be no different than just doing this. So we need to specifically combine the two, but no, that's not possible either. I might come back to that one. Maybe there's a mechanic I'm not realizing. So the only thing that I can think of is separation, which does not seem possible, just due to the way this is set up. Doing this would combine those two on the bottom. Any other direction would combine those two. Say down this way. Yeah, see, that still combines those. So we keep back around. Combines those though, because that's very close. I need this path in order to separate the two center ones. To go there to separate those two. Then that opens up this path to connect that. So that does not seem possible. We'll wait a bit on that. We'll think about it and come back. What else we got? So it's not powered. Powered from something over there. So it's tangled up. Oh, is it powered specifically from that one down there? Yep, looks like it is. Well, okay. Yeah, green cable goes to that. Yellow goes over through there to that. What else do we got? This is already open. Why are you open? Okay, so it's a pulley system that you should be able to just lift it up. Just lift it up. Just right there. Just go up. It's fine. Did it. Maybe I need to make a connection based off of this little maze, because it seems like it's the same layout. Seems very open, like there's multiple progressions. So if we consider this to be the entrance, bottom left corner, get to that corner up there, just be a as to that, but that doesn't make any sense. Top looks like, so we go to the corner. It's like a okay, that's something. Interesting. That triggered. No, won't trigger at all. At just the right angle, I guess. Looks like that might either move or rotate or something. Let's see, what else do we have around here? Okay. So maybe there's just no power. Doesn't seem like there's anything you can actually do with that. It just does nothing at the moment. Feels like it should like slide down that way or something. Let's keep looking around so if we see anything else of note. See if those shapes have anything worthy, but I don't see anything of note. Let's see here. Over there. There's a power wire going from that to there, so that probably opens up that little door. There's another one here. Get into this building. Just going through there. That goes up to that. Can't get in here, but this seems to need power from somewhere. Anything of note in here? This cable just curves around. Like we're gonna need a bunch of outside puzzles in order to get into this tower. Thing of note. Does not seem like it. What's this? Colors. Separate the colors again? Probably not. No. Oh, okay. Maybe I need to make both shapes with these. Assume the shape is relevant somehow. Can't make a full... Well, I guess if we did that, then there's an uneven amount, so we can't use those specifically for that. Six, 7, 10, 11. Okay, there's not a divisible by 3, so we can't do like clumps of 3 for that. Here. This feels like you should just separate the colors. Is that even possible? Like, do they all need to be together, or do they just need to be separate? That is the question. Like, can I do 2 clumps of 3? Do that. It's going to put them together. So maybe I need to start up this way. No, because then this needs to be the final area to separate the white. I go through here. It's mixing those though. That's mixing too much. So it says to not have duplicate colors together. That seems unlikely. Because, yeah, there's no way to... Well, yeah, there's no way to separate those. So we would need to split the blues here, but then that means there's no way to split these reds. Split these whites. So I think they need to be clumped together, but I also don't see a possibility for that. Because in order to separate the yellows and blacks, I need to go through here. I need to leave that open. This makes it no way to separate those. Yeah, because the way all of these are clumped up. Need that to separate those. Need this path to separate the blue and pink. This to separate the red, but then because I need to go this way, there's no way to separate red and blue or blue and pink. If I go up to split these, then that makes it there's no way to separate this black and pink. Go this way. Again, once I hit this corner, that ruins the separation between these two. So it feels like it can't be a color combination thing. That's not what it's wanting. Because in order to separate red and pink, it has to go through here. And just can't find a path to do that. And it doesn't seem like there's a way to combine colors either. So maybe I need to combine specific colors. Maybe there's a color chart somewhere around here. Like that's clear is kind of weird. It makes it feel like that should line up to something, but I'm not seeing anything. We'll come back to those. I feel like I'm missing something important. What else we got? There are plenty more puzzles for us to find, so maybe finding something will trigger an idea for that. Seems like something. There's no starter endpoint. There's no power to it either. Haven't seen any switches that does not have power that I'm aware of. Up is something of note. Anything. Maybe something else opens out later. More exploring. What else we got? Path down to what looks to be a little boat. Let's see what's down here. Square. Alright, did it. Some other separation puzzle. Need to write something. Oh, okay. 2 squares together. Alright, I see how it is. So yeah, this is a block of 3. Alright, so yeah, that does validate my theory on that other one, where you need to put things into blocks. So this wants to be a block of 4. Which I can do like that. I don't know what the colors mean though, so I need to find something that describes what we're doing with colors. So like this particular one. Does it need to be that shape? I guess I could do like that. That will work. No, I don't know if it can be rotated or not. We'll see, I guess. And that's oddly specific. Alright. That open up more stuff over here? It did. Alright, what are we looking at? 1 and 1. So this is showing how you have multiple blocks. Okay. Oh, is this... Oh, because there's a separation here, maybe? Does this opening gap count as a separation? Maybe it's just 1 block, 1 block? Alright, not entirely sure on that one. This is probably not right. Yeah, okay. It tells you what you're getting wrong. So this might count. Does this count as a single block, maybe? So hold on. Do it's not gonna be right either. both of those wrong. I feel like the marker needs to be included, but maybe it doesn't. So if that's the case. This would technically validate it. Okay, it doesn't. Because that'd be a single block and then a block of that. So, I need to do... That's not it. That's not... We don't have a single block through this. Going to get the 3 block, but we have the single. Still don't have the 3 block. We clump together? Oh, they can. Okay. So this is satisfying the single block by itself, and then here's the 3. Alright. Alright, that makes sense. Here we can... do that. Block of 4 and a block of 2. Okay, alright, alright. I see how they're wanting this. This can be technically the same thing. Block of 4 and block of 2. Yeah, okay, alright, alright. Now can we reuse blocks? No, we cannot. We do like this. It's probably not it either. Oh, it is. Okay. Why is that? Because we're reusing this, so maybe it doesn't need to be part of the setup. Because then... Alright, that does still work. As long as the selection contains just that, it can include the marker. So here, block of 4 and a block of 3 should be this. Yep. Block of 4 and a block of 2. Alright, alright. I think I got what it's wanting there. Here. Can we separate them? Let's see. get exactly what it wants. So this straight 3 has to be those 3. This can be a combination of 3. This has to be exactly those 3. Getting extras in there though. Can I get this 3 without getting an extra in there? The real question. I feel like we need to immediately cordon off this section. I guess we can do that and then this. That should actually satisfy it. I go that way. Did that power? Connection over here. So this came through over this way. We can't see where that wire is going though, but maybe it's powering this platform somehow. And we need to make a connection over here in order to pass that energy through. My only theory at the moment. Stuff over there I think we can get to. This whole section looks like it should move or something because it looks like it's on a... Can't tell if that's a rail or a power wire. Let's go over to that boat if we can, see what's over there. Can't get to the boat. Get to a cave. What's in this cave? Jump in the water. Stairs up. It looks like this is only openable from the other side. Probably a shortcut between different areas. There's some colors. Definitely looks like a movable platform. But Is that a foot? Oh, because that's a giant statue. Anything? No. Okay. Let's see. Looks like we can go down there. Let's go up a little bit. See if there's anything at the top of this path. We might come back down and go look at that area. Star looking thing. Yellow construction equipment. Across here we can. Okay, so path splits. Let's keep going up this way. At the top of the statue. Anything to know? No. Okay. Let's see. So see most of the island from here. Haven't done anything over in that area yet. Back where it came from. That's that windmill with the colors and stuff that we couldn't quite figure out. What else we got here? Trees, got some stones. Further up the hill we go. Oh, cave room. Where's this go? Oh, another puzzle. These look to be like shortcut door puzzle things. But why are there different points this time? Like the colors are different points. Oh, wait, what? Is there like a visible wall there? There seems to be. Is that? Visible blocks? There's no way to get up to that. So there's no way to get into, well, all right, yeah. Get into that area. Does that mean we need to start there? No. Alright, this might be a mechanic that I just have not seen yet. It feels like there's like a tether, like once you grab yellow, there's only so far you can go. It's like it reduces the number of spaces or something. It seems like they hit a wall, like right here-ish. Alright, come back to this door, figure out why there's a... Figure out the mechanic of why there's like a weird tether type thing. Keep going up the mountain. Nope, now there's snow. Tell we're too far away that the rendering is starting to get a little bit choppy. It's doing the not depth of field, but LOD. This is probably fine. Weird place to be. You know, there was just a path right over there. You could just kind of go up. Box. Power wire going down inside. So I wonder if that door that we were staring at has a puzzle that goes up to this. Actually, multiple wires. Goes into the top, and then there's one there on the bottom as well. We've seen this in the entrance, that maybe there's multiple locks we need to deal with. Guess we'll come back to this. Feels like these things like turn or something. We need to line them up. But that guy's very angry. Smash. Maybe this is some sort of like teleporter, how they actually used to get on the island. These guys were porting in or something. Well, that wouldn't make any sense if it's... There's a wire going down to the inside. This. Squiggle. Did that squiggle? Do anything of note. I'm sure it did something. Power coming from that. Wait. See another squiggle. Aha. Nice. What did that do? Pattern I need to follow? What does it look like, eh? Let's see. Start point. Do it again, so it must not be something I actually need to pay attention to. Felt like it started like over here somewhere. Finished here. Don't see anything of note with that. to worry about. I don't know if there's something activatable that'll highlight, looks like. Guess I triggered what I needed to trigger here. Doesn't seem to be doing anything more. Did something with this black pillar though, so I might need to go down and investigate that. Anything else up here that I need to... There. Those colors are definitely going to be important somehow. Very angy. Laptop. Also stone. Question is, like, alright, are these people that turned into stone, or are they actual, like, sculptures? That I do not know. That looks like a thing. There's a circle. I gotta be on the lookout for anything that's a perfect circle. Alright. I don't think there's anything more up here that I need to worry about. Not seeing any triggers over here. Let's go back. Oop, nope.
Up there, you go around every hour and a half, time after time after time. You wake up usually in the mornings, and just the way that the track of your orbits go, you wake up over the Mideast, over North Africa. As you eat breakfast, you look out the window as you're going past, and there's the Mediterranean area, and Greece, and Rome, and North Africa, and the Sinai, the whole area. And you realize that in one glance, that what you're seeing is what was the whole history of man for years, the cradle of civilization. And you go around down across North Africa and out over the Indian Ocean and look up at that great subcontinent of India, pointed down toward you as you go past it. And Ceylon off to the side, Burma, Southeast Asia, out over the Philippines, and up across that monstrous Pacific Ocean. Vast body of water. You've never realized how big that is before. And you finally come up across the coast of California and look for those friendly things. Los Angeles and Phoenix and on across El Paso. And there's Houston. There's home. And you look, and sure enough, there's the Astrodome. And you identify with that, you know? It's an attachment. And down across New Orleans, and then looking down to the south, and there's the whole peninsula of Florida laid out. And all the hundreds of hours you spent flying across that route, down in the atmosphere, all that is friendly again. And you go out across the Atlantic Ocean and back across Africa. And you do it again, and again, and again. And that identity, that you identify with Houston, and then you identify with Los Angeles, and Phoenix, and New Orleans, and everything. And the next thing you recognize in yourself is you're identifying with North Africa. You look forward to that. You anticipate it. And there it is. that whole process begins to shift of what it is you identify with. When you go around it in an hour and a half, you begin to recognize that your identity is with that whole thing, and that makes a change. You look down there, and you can't imagine how many borders and boundaries you crossed again and again and again, and you don't even see them. At that wake-up scene, the Mid-East, you know there are hundreds of people killing each other over some imaginary line that you can't see. From where you see it, the thing is a whole, and it's so beautiful. And you wish you could take one from each side in hand and say, look at it from this perspective. Look at that. What's important? And so a little later on, your friend, again those same neighbors, another astronaut, the person next to you goes out to the moon. And now he looks back and sees the Earth not as something big where he can see the beautiful details, but he sees the Earth as a small thing out there. And now that contrast between that bright blue and white Christmas tree ornament and that black sky, that infinite universe, really comes through. The size of it, the significance of it, it becomes both things. It becomes so small and so fragile, and such a precious little spot in that universe that you can block it out with your thumb. And you realize that on that small spot, that little blue and white thing is everything that means anything to you. All of history and music and poetry and art and war and death and birth and love, tears, joy, games, all of it is on that little spot out there that you can cover with your thumb. And you realize that that perspective, that you've changed, that there's something new there. That relationship is no longer what it was. And then you look back on the time when you were outside on that EVA and those few moments that you had the time because the camera malfunctioned, that you had the time to think about what was happening. And you recall staring out there at the spectacle that went before your eyes. Because now, you're no longer inside something with a window looking out at a picture. But now you're out there, and what you've got around your head is a goldfish bowl, and there are no limits here. There are no frames. There are no boundaries. You're really out there, over it, floating, going 25,000 miles per hour, ripping through space, a vacuum, and there's not a sound. There's a silence, the depth of which you've never experienced before. And that silence contrasts so markedly with the scenery and the speed with which you know you're going. That contrast, the mix of those two things, really comes through. And you think about what you're experiencing and why. Do you deserve this? This fantastic experience? Have you earned this in some way? Are you separated out to be touched by God to have some special experience here that other men cannot have? You know the answer to that is no. There's nothing that you've done that deserves that earned that. It's not a special thing for you. You know very well at that moment, and it comes through to you so powerfully, that you're the sensing element for man. You look down and see the surface of that globe that you've lived on all this time, and you know all those people down there. They are like you. They are you. And somehow you represent them when you are up there. A sensing element, that point out on the end, and that's a humbling feeling. It's a feeling that says you have a responsibility. It's not for yourself. The eye that doesn't see does not do justice to the body. That's why it's there. That's why you're out there. And somehow you recognize that you're a piece of this total life. You're out on that forefront and you have to bring that back somehow. And that becomes a rather special responsibility. It tells you something about your relationship with this thing we call life. And when you come back, there's a difference in that world now. There's a difference in that relationship between you and that planet, and you and all those other forms of life on that planet. because you've had that kind of experience. It's a difference, and it's so precious. And all through this, I've used the word you because it's not me. It's not Dave Scott. It's not Dick Gordon, Pete Conrad, John Glenn. It's you. It's us. It's we. It's life. It's had that experience. And it's not just my problem to integrate. It's not my challenge to integrate, my joy to integrate. It's yours. It's everybody's. Russell Schweikart, 1975.
That was a long one. Alright, in that time, figured out a couple things. Seems like these triangles, I think you only need to not cover 3 sides of it, or only cover 1 side of it. Something like that. But something to do with its sides, I think. And so I'll circle up there. So somewhere on the island we need to line up these clouds. And then do something with that, because that's definitely a thing. And another one of these.
The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. Whoever does not know it, and can no longer wonder, no longer marvel, is as good as dead and his eyes are dimmed. It was the experience of mystery, even if mixed with fear, that engendered religion. A knowledge of the existence of something we cannot penetrate, our perceptions of the profoundest reason and the most radiant beauty, which only in their most primitive forms are accessible to our minds. It is this knowledge and this emotion that constitute true religiosity. In this sense, and in this alone, I am a deeply religious man. I cannot conceive of a God who rewards and punishes his creatures, or has a will of the kind that we experience in ourselves. Neither can I, nor would I, want to conceive of an individual that survives his physical death. Let feeble souls, from fear or absurd egoism, cherish such thoughts. I am satisfied with the mystery of the eternity of life, and with the awareness and a glimpse of the marvelous structure of the existing world, together with the devoted striving to comprehend a portion, be it ever so tiny, of the reason that manifests itself in nature. Albert Einstein, 1931.
Just a little greenhouse looking thing here. Seem like there's any interactables there. Is there a path down? There is. Let's go down first. Going all the way to the top. Let's go all the way to the bottom. That looks like a boat. Give me a boat. That is in fact a boat. Keep on a jump. Okay. So I guess these are all the different mechanical puzzles on the island. These buoys probably are the stopping points, I would guess. There's the windmill. This is where we currently are, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's the stars and colors. Maybe that tree looks something specific. Those are separation puzzle. Alright, we won't take the boat yet. There's still a lot of stuff over here that we haven't fully explored. We haven't fully explored that greenhouse area over there. Let's go do that. Bamboo area looks probably important. Tree kind of looks like the tree I saw earlier. Alright, what is this? Our basic split puzzle, looks like it. Let's see here. Alright. Colors have to be important somehow. Got the green room, got the red room. Hey, these look like the things that teach us about colors. It might. Separate colors? Yes. Still want to separate colors. Oops, if I actually, separate the colors. Yes. Alright. Now do we separate in group colors? Is there any way I can... Yeah, I can test it in a future one, I think. See if there's a way I can test the separation of colors, but it does not appear to be. So did seem to do that with this, it's fine. See if I can separate those, but that's fine. What else we got? Let's see here. Is that it? Go. Go up through. Work. We need to go through here to separate those two. This has to be the last one we separate because that's the finish. So with that, okay, so this does actually test my theory. If we do need to group all of the colors, or if just the fact that they're separated is good enough. All right, just the fact they're separated is good enough. Okay. All right. So for complete separation, we need this line and this line for sure. And this line. Feel like we need to finish over here because that's where the exit is. So go through, cut off this area. Let's group red and blue though. These two are actually the same color, so we might be able to group those together. Go this way. That's going to... actually work. No, there's a... here. I can't get that separation going. That... nope. Let's group in red and blue there. I feel like that direction is not going to work. That does feel good. Nice. Alright, so that opened up, powered up this area. Is this more of the same? Does not feel like it can be. Though reds and greens need to... okay, so different shades of the same color can go together. I guess this is like a wild card type color. It's like blackish. It's actually black. Maybe that was supposed to be black. Well, no, that wouldn't make any sense. It's here. What? Alright, close up. It's already... I need to just do it again. That'd be kind of annoying. Yeah. Alright. Now are green and yellow considered similar colors? Probably not. That seem right. Oh, we need to look at it through a lens like this. Okay, that actually makes more sense. I just got lucky with that one that I just happened to group similar colors. So we go through here to this. Yeah, that turns the blues into blacks. Okay. So I need to separate those. Separate those. a separation here now. I have a separation between green and blue. Separation between green and blue. Do that. Oh, no. I need this line filled. So need this line filled. Issues separating green and blue. I have such an issue with this one. Should you do it through this? No, probably not. Yeah, I can't do it through the screen. Shouldn't need to. So I gotta group those and group those. Got that. But that's yellow and blue. Well, maybe no, now that yellow and blue. Now that locks off my exit. Way to the end because that blocks off my exit. That doesn't separate those. Hey, cannon box. It goes. I mean, I'm making progress, but I'm also getting stuck on stupid things as well. You know, as it goes. This one I don't know why I'm having a hiccup on. None of the separations actually make any sense. Know the colors, but because I need this line, this line, this line for sure. Need this area, these. But now that's combining green and blue. Which definitely does not work. Yep. Separate these. Now that combines green and red, which is not going to work. So I somehow went all the way around, but now that combines red and blue. It's too many. Yeah, lingo is weird. Problem I have with lingo is trying to figure out where you need to go. That very low contrast, very plain colors, or very plain walls. It gets very confusing where you need to go very fast. This doesn't feel like there is any actual sequence that works. Gotta be messing something up somewhere. Let's see, are there stairs these upstairs somewhere? Yeah, they were in here. Yeah, the not including you map was fun and lingo, but I need to actually run it a whole bunch to really memorize where the hell you're going. I got most of it figured out. There were a couple of like corners of the map that I couldn't quite remember how to get to consistently. Wait, does this one need to be yellow? Does it need to be blue? How do we know which color we need to use? Yeah, yellow was not working. But could up this way. Cut through here. Cut through here. Down, over, up. Yeah, that could actually work. Cut through here. Over through here. Down, over, up. Okay. So we did need to use a different color. Okay, I feel bad for people who are colorblind for this. Because that sucks. None of those really seem to go well. Man, I'm not even that colorblind, and it's still sometimes difficult. Like these two are kind of similar. Yeah, I could see that. Let's see here. I say we have a red, but I can't get in there. This yellow might work. If I went this way. It's getting these two together. Go up. Separating red and black I don't think is going to work in this particular setup. So I'd have to go up, down. So in order to separate these three, I would need both this line and this line, which cannot happen. A single corner cannot go in three directions. So yellow cannot be what we need to do here. Because that's just not possible. I would need to go this way, and that way. But can we do yellow and blue? Probably. It's here, I can go and up. Yeah. So go to down the middle, through, over, and up. So, yeah. Shoot. I need to do this numerically so I can remember. So it's 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Two. No, it needs to go this way. Two. Two. Yeah, no, that should work. Need to go 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 2, 1, 2, 1. Two, 1, 2, 1. Like that. Yes. All right. The upstairs. Colors. So that's going to close it back up. For that, I need the other colors. Close it up. This might turn back off, so let's see if I can memorize it. Okay, it did not close back up. Okay. And the red room and the blue room. Elevator room. Stairs. Where do these stairs go? Let's go down first. Where's this piping go? It goes upstairs. Alright, so this is probably going to change based off of what color room we're in. This initial one seems like it would be fine. Okay, so it does. It gives us the red, which I guess brings us to the red room, or blue room. Blue/red room. That changes it. So now I need to do this. Okay. I turned off the red one though. I don't know if that actually matters. Very blue room. Stairs, yeah. The stairs are blocked off, so required to take the elevator up further. Is there something in here that I missed? Does not look like it. Okay. Let's see here. Alright. Continuing on. What's the green room contain? Look like anything of note. I don't need to memorize the position of all these plants. Is that what I just did? Or are those colors actually different? Like they might actually be different. I'm guessing zero lasers because I don't know what those are. Let's see here. Oh, good. I figured there was something like a giant meta thing going on. This looks like a good separation. Nope, nope, there's not. Not completely colorblind, but very slightly. It's like I think I can tell the difference between these two. I think. Yeah, that should be good. That do. Oh, shit. It's not plugged in. Well, okay. That changes things. Something else need to happen. Sounds good. I think I should be good. I appreciate it. Maybe I do need to do something with these plants, maybe? Let's see here. We these are supposed to be different because that looks kind of like a lighter green and a darker green. Definitely blue. I don't know if these blue lights are affecting it any. How do we consider which is the starting corner though? It's 5 and 4. 2, 2, 5. Okay. Let's see here. Consider this the entrance. That would be 4 up. Looks like there's 5 across that way. Downstairs. Oh, I don't want to go back downstairs because I have to jump down the ladder or something, or down the stairs. Let's do. Does that go? Does that go all the way back down to the bottom? Probably does. Each of these matter anything? No. Alright. It was like, yeah, because none of these other rooms have actual hanging plants. I feel like this is signifying something. Do this setup again. I was good with that, but it's unplugged. Let's see here. Definitely seems like the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Alright, so those dots do not line up with these, so maybe we need to do something that's not associated with the dots. In that case, getting it wrong is kind of annoying then, because it goes back down. I need to quickly remember this one so I can stay where it's at. Consider this the entrance. This would have to be... Yeah, that's right. This is the 5. Be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'd be the bottom side. So, want to do that. Guessing these are black. This is supposed to be a black or blue is just affecting it. Try separating it. So if I went to... They look like it. I've never seen a blue bell pepper. So I go down the 5 side. Oh, how about those? I'm pretty sure those are different. Yeah, exactly. Above us. That's pointing out anything. Like it. But that does show our 5 and 4 layout though. There's nothing up there that really signifies anything that should be selected. Yeah, they're all just filled. Or no, it's a 4 and 4 layout. Never mind. Yeah, so that doesn't do anything of note. Guess is these plants. Alright. So I need to actually draw this out so I can visualize it a little bit better. Two, three, 4. Let's see here. So 5 and 4. Is the 5. 5 is along the bottom. We have, let's see, guessing this is black, green, bottom. green and what color is that supposed to be? It kind of looks green, but it's definitely not as bright green as these. Let's see on the top section. Certain diagonal of black. Two over, one up. One, two, three, four, five, six things. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah. Did not do this properly though. I have one bottom, green. Okay, yeah. To invert them. If it doesn't matter the color, because I can separate each one. Okay. So I have it lined up like, no, I have this completely wrong. All right, hold on. Try this again. 2, 3, 4. Screen. 2 over. That's a green. This is black. This is the unknown. Okay, there we go. We're starting right here. I have something. Let's see if I can replicate this. So if I go this way, lock that one off. That one off. Let's separate that one. Those two, that one. Maybe? Nope. Let's see here. That's not lining up. Green, blue. Note. That wouldn't be it, would it? Big zigzag? I don't think so, but fuck it, we'll try it. Goes along the inside. Way right, yeah. turns does it take? 2. Nope, that was definitely not it. Something I did earlier. Okay, so all of these are considered blue. Those are not actually different. They look very different to me. Wait, no, we're in the... Yeah, we're in the blue room. They're supposed to be different. I just fucked it up. Because it was supposed to be... to that. That doesn't matter. Does it? Yeah, that's supposed to be that. Which is that unplugged. Okay. So it goes inside one. Not red. This feels like it would be the squares. Work, because that's coming from the inside. So what's throwing me off is what color this is supposed to be. Because it's definitely not blue, because this one's definitely blue. Although the way the light's shining can't be throwing stuff off. Because there's blue lights on these, but not this one. Even though there is technically blue light up there. The way they're doing the lighting in this room is kinda awful. I feel like the blogging off of the light here means something, but then these wouldn't be so incredibly blue. Alright, catch you later, Canbox. So this one is definitely black. What is this one? So it looks different from this one. It probably is. Maybe, is it trying to represent? This is 5 direction. 4. This is representing the exit, but it wouldn't make sense. It's again red. Damn it. Keep accidentally doing red. Let's go. These. That's just going to keep going, isn't it? I wonder if you can get stuck. Can't hear. Red and blue. I'm missing. These are the peppers. It's the only place with peppers around here. There are red, yellow, a bunch of different colors. Doesn't really change them. Can't see. I guess I can see green. Kinda through it. Doesn't really help though. But there are 3 colors only. Blue, yellow, and red. Maybe. Tell what color that's supposed to be. Looks kind of black. Flowers, there's white, red, and blue. Door over there that I can't see. Oh, that's... No, that's not the... Well, I guess it could be the elevator. Yeah, I can go down one more floor. Oh, I guess I could just go through here. Yeah, I can... Just there. Yeah, alright. Low in the elevator. This one. this is this. Maybe. We just get right past it. What the hell? My brain just kind of do everything properly. I don't even know what I did. Bug it. I'm really confused. It's like, alright, this felt right. Maybe it had nothing to do with the peppers at all? I don't even know anymore. I'm really confused. What did I do previously? Say I did something like this. That gets those. I don't know anymore. That goes up to there, so there should be one more level. There. Okay, yeah. I did that. I have to go back through and figure out what the hell I did earlier. I guess that's a laser. No, don't shoot me. How is it pointing out to the thing at the top of the mountain? Yes, yes it is. Still confused at what I did. I felt like I did that sequence earlier, and it lit up this one. So what did I do differently to light up that one? Man, I don't even know anymore. Alright. Let me out. Let's see. Just go back to the ground level. I'll just get out here. It's fine. Back down? Yep. Alright. We have a laser. Alright. That was a lot. I'm going to take a little break. stand up, stretch for a little bit, and I will be back in a few minutes to continue on exploring. I'll be right back.